Have you ever felt like an ancient secret runs through your blood? As if there was a truth buried in your family's silence, waiting for the right moment to emerge? Scorpio, the time has come. This is no ordinary message. It is a direct call to your spiritual destiny. From your birth, you were marked with a purpose that few would understand. It carries in its veins the energy of rebirth, intuition, and revelation. And today, something that has been hidden, protected by the generations that came before you, will finally be revealed. And it won't be through dreams or distant signs. It will be through someone in your own family. If you are a Scorpio, this message did not appear by chance. There is a mystery surrounding his lineage, a silent pact, a secret that has passed through time and needs to be remembered. This ancient truth can change everything you think about your role in the world, your pain, your strength, and your spiritual mission. Maybe you've already felt this. That interrupted conversation, that look that said more than 1,000 words, that feeling that there was something to be said, but it never was. Well, today, get ready. The universe is about to use a familiar face to activate what lies dormant within you. And when that happens, nothing will be the same again. Comment now. I feel like something is coming. Your engagement here is not just a gesture, it is part of the ritual. This is how the chosen ones recognize themselves. And there are even deeper revelations on the way. So don't ignore what is about to be revealed. If you've made it this far, it's not a coincidence. It's confirmation. Scorpio, the universe doesn't waste signs, and this familiar truth that's about to emerge could be exactly what you needed to hear, to understand why certain pains, premonitions, and silences have always been part of your story. There is a spiritual reason behind all this, and understanding this content can open paths that previously seemed blocked. So comment now, I feel something is coming, or I am ready for the truth of my lineage. Every comment here carries a spiritual vibration, and perhaps yours is the key to activating even more revelations. This exchange is not just digital, it is energetic. Leave your like so that this message reaches other Scorpios who are also feeling this call. And subscribe to the channel now, because this is just the first part of a series of spiritual revelations that you can't miss. With each video, new pieces of this puzzle will be delivered, and only those who are attentive will understand the whole. And now that you've started this journey, get ready for what comes next. Have you ever felt like someone in your family was about to reveal something important to you, but hesitated at the last moment, as if a truth was stuck in time, loaded with meaning, but held back by fear, shame, or simply knowing that not everyone is ready to hear it? Scorpio, if this has ever happened to you, know that these breaks were not in vain. There are words that were not spoken, but that continue to echo in every gesture, in every look, in every prolonged silence. These words form an ancient secret, which chose you as its guardian, a type of spiritual inheritance that does not involve material goods, but rather revelations, hidden codes and truths that only those who carry this mark can decipher. Maybe you remember a specific situation now, that family lunch where everything seemed normal, until someone older mentioned something that one day you would understand, or that dream that reoccurred as a child, involving familiar faces and symbols that you are only now beginning to interpret more clearly. Sometimes the truth doesn't come in the form of a speech. Sometimes it comes camouflaged in memories that insist on coming back, in connections that you can't explain, in feelings that don't fit in the present moment, because they belong to a bigger story, to a spiritual lineage that you represent. What if I told you that this truth is about to emerge once again, that there is a movement happening in the invisible, that the same family member who avoided talking in the past may be being led, or even pressured, spiritually to finally deliver this message to you? Scorpio, this is not content to entertain. This is to wake you up. It's about activating memories that are not just yours, but those of your ancestry. Do you feel like there is something beyond the surface of life, that there are hidden layers beneath the ordinary events of your everyday life? This is not imagination. It is spiritual sensitivity. And this sensitivity, when ignored, turns into anguish, confusion, a feeling of being out of place in the world. Many Scorpios report that they have always felt different within their own family, as if they carry a weight that no one sees, a conscience that no one understands, a mission that has not yet been completely revealed. And maybe that's because in fact, you're not just here to repeat patterns but to break them. Perhaps you have come to heal a cycle that has been repeated for generations, and that starts now, with this call. Therefore, every detail you hear in this video is important. Every word has a role. Every phrase was chosen to activate something inside you that has been dormant but never disappeared. You know that relative that you feel a strange, almost telepathic connection with, even though you haven't spent much time with them? That person who, for some reason, you feel knows more about you than they let on? It is possible that it is through her that this truth comes. It could be a grandfather, an aunt, an older brother, someone who carries clues about your spiritual past, and who for some reason has been prevented from speaking before. But now, at this very moment in your astral cycle, something is opening. Scorpio is in a position of revelation, and you need to be awake to notice the signs, interpret the gestures, listen with your heart and not just with your ears. The spirituality of the Scorpio sign is deep, symbolic, intense. Nothing happens by chance in your life. No encounter is common. No pain is in vain. And most importantly, no silence is just silence. Behind what has not been said, there is a universe screaming to be remembered, and he's about to speak. But for this revelation to manifest, you must be in a state of reception, and that requires presence, attention, and faith. Faith in your intuition, in your ancestry, and in your ability to carry a truth that not just anyone could bear to hear. Many avoid Scorpio energy precisely because it transforms. She touches where it hurts, where it is hidden, where others dare not look. And you, Scorpio man or woman, know this. You know it carries a different magnetism, that your presence does not go unnoticed, even when you try to hide, that you attract truths, broken people, souls in crisis, because within you there is a field of healing, revelation, and rebirth. And that is why you were chosen to be the recipient of this familiar truth, a truth that can change the way you see yourself, how you see your parents, your grandparents, and even your children, if you have them. You know those stories that are whispered and never explained? Those old photos that no one comments on? The names that disappear from the family tree? This is all part of the mystery that surrounds you. And most powerfully, part of this truth is about to come to light. And it won't be through coincidences. It will be through people, of connections, of dialogues that, until then, seemed banal. Be attentive. The revelation can come at a Sunday lunch, in an unexpected phone call, in a loose sentence that carries centuries of history, and you'll know it when you hear it. You will feel it in your body. Scorpio doesn't need external proof. He knows the truth when he finds it, and that's what makes you so special right now. You are the one who notices first, who feels more, who understands without anyone having to explain. You are the bridge between what has been silenced and what needs to be expressed, between what was forgotten and what needs to be healed. This journey is not light and never has been, but she is yours, and she's just getting started. If you felt like those words touched something inside you, then you know. It's not just content, it's calling. And now, more than ever, it's time to take a stand, to show yourself present, to declare to the universe that you are ready for this truth. Comment now below, I am ready to receive, or if you prefer, the truth of my lineage is alive in me. It's not about superstition, it's about energy. Every comment, every written word is a spiritual anchor. Also leave your like, not as an automatic gesture, but as a seal of acceptance, a sign that you have recognized this calling and are making space for what is yet to come. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, do so now, because this revelation is just one part of a much larger spiritual journey that we are on together. Get ready, Scorpio. The next stage is approaching. You who have been listening so far know there is no chance in spirituality, and especially for Scorpios, coincidences are just signs in disguise. Everything has a reason. Everything has a greater meaning. Your presence at this exact moment, in this video, in this message, is in itself a type of response. There's no denying it. The universe has a mysterious way of calling those who need to hear the truth. And when the call comes, either you listen or life repeats until you understand. And in this case, Scorpio, you were chosen to hear something that is not just in the words, but also between the lines, in the sensations that run through your body as you listen to this message. You know that chill that comes out of nowhere? Does the breathing change? The mind that silences CIA even without you trying? All of this is a reaction from your energy field, recognizing that something important is being activated now. And here's something that perhaps no one has ever told you in these words. You have been spiritually marked. From an early age, he felt that he did not fully belong to what others call ordinary life. While everyone was looking for answers outside, you were already carrying questions inside you that had no name. He felt more. He understood earlier, and that's why he was so often misinterpreted. The Scorpio gaze goes deep, penetrating realities that not everyone is prepared to see. This may have distanced you from some, but it also connected you to something much higher, your soul's spiritual mission. And this mission is not about fame, it is not about status, nor about recognition. It's about revealing hidden truths, truths that have been silenced in your family, that have never been spoken out loud, but that hang in the air like a veil about to be lifted. And do you know what makes everything even more intense? This revelation that is about to happen will not come from a distant place, from a mystical entity, from an ancient book. It will come from someone much closer than you imagine. Someone who has been by your side your entire life, or perhaps someone who has distanced you over the years, but who carries within them the key to this awakening. It could be a father, a mother, a grandfather, a brother, an aunt, someone who holds within themselves a truth that needs to be passed on. And most importantly, this truth can only be delivered to you, because you have the energetic structure to support it. You have the spiritual maturity to understand it. You have the gift of transforming pain into healing. What is trauma in consciousness? What was silenced in wisdom? But for that to happen, you need to be ready, not just emotionally, but spiritually present. Pay attention to the signs, aligned with your intuition, because this revelation may not come with fanfare. It can come in a simple conversation, in a loose comment, in a seemingly ordinary moment. But you will feel it, because Scorpio feels it, always felt. And when you feel it, you know it. It doesn't matter if the mind tries to rationalize. The Scorpio heart already understands. And once you understand, nothing can stop you. This kind of truth, Scorpio, is not enough for everyone. Enough for those who have been prepared, for those who have carried, without even knowing it, an energy responsibility over the years. For those who, despite being misunderstood, remained firm, silent, observant. This is the energy of the chosen one, the one who feels the weight before even knowing why. And maybe now you understand why many things in your life happened the way they did. Why were certain pains so intense? Why certain losses felt so unfair? This was all part of training. You were being shaped, not to bow down, but to rise up with a new awareness. And it is this awareness that will allow the truth that comes to be not only understood, but transformed into liberation. Because yes, there is a liberation in this process. When the truth is told, when that which has been hidden for so long finally finds room to breathe, something within the lineage changes. It's as if an ancient curse has been broken, as if an ancestral weight no longer falls on the next generations. And you, Scorpio, are the one who was chosen to initiate this break. Does this scare you? Perhaps. But it also honors you. Because not everyone is made for this. Not everyone can face the shadow and return with light. But you can do it. You were born for this. And that's why now I need you to connect more than ever with this message. Don't let it pass as just another piece of content. May you understand that this is a portal, a calling, a confirmation. Everything you've experienced to date has brought you here. And now, from now on, everything will start to make sense in a way it never did before. You are not alone. And it never was. Your intuition has always warned you. Your body has always felt. Your soul always knew. And now it's time to accept. Therefore, if this message has touched something within you so far, the time has come to seal that understanding, to transform listening into action, not for vanity, not for convenience, but for energy, by spiritual alliance, because those who recognize the call manifest themselves. And I want to invite you to leave your comment here now, but not just any comment. Write with intention, write with presence, write like someone who knows that every word released into the universe has power. Comment, I feel like something is coming. If you realize that this revelation has already started to reach you. Or write, I am ready to receive what my lineage has kept silent about. If you feel that you carry this role of awakening, these comments are not just for me. They are for you. They are for the universe. They are like spiritual seals that say, I am here. I heard. I accept. Hear from the person commenting strengthens this energetic field. Create a bond with the other chosen ones who are also listening to this video right now on the other side of the screen, because this is more than an audience. It's a spiritual community that is forming. And if this message made sense to you, if you felt like it spoke directly to your soul, be sure to enjoy the video. This simple gesture sends the vibration of this truth to more Scorpios who, like you, are ready to wake up. And more than that, subscribe to the channel now, because this revelation doesn't end here. There is much more to be said, shown, felt. You are part of this. And what comes next will stir the roots of your soul even more. Scorpio is not just a sign, and you know it. You feel it. Because while many look at the horoscope as entertainment, you see depth. You understand that behind the name Scorpio, there is an ancestral force that vibrates within you since birth. It's not an exaggeration, it's spiritual reality. Scorpio is a portal. It is a spiritual seal imprinted on the souls of those who have been chosen to walk between worlds, the visible world, where everything is explained, and the invisible world, where everything is felt. You carry an old soul, those who lived much longer than this life, and this is revealed in your eyes, in your silent pains, in your accurate instincts that no one can explain. Since you were a child, you noticed more than others. I knew who was lying. I felt the weight of the environment. He captured the truth before it was revealed. This is not weakness. This is your spiritual strength in action. The world may have tried to silence you. He may have said you were too intense, too suspicious, too deep. But now the time has come to rescue the real meaning of this. You have been spiritually trained to notice what others ignore, because only those who carry real scars can see through the masks. And these scars, Scorpio, are not punishments. They are sacred marks. They are records that you passed through portals that transformed your soul. You have been taken to the bottom, not to sink, but to be reborn. How many times have you fallen, been betrayed, been rejected, and still come back stronger? How many times was it discredited, but in silence it prepared its reconstruction? This is the Scorpio soul, being reborn in one's own fire, cleansing the impurities of the ego, dying to the lie and returning more whole, truer, sharper. But why so much intensity? Why so many proofs? Because your soul didn't just come to live, it came to reveal. And profound truths, those that shake structures, are never delivered to fragile hearts. That's why you were prepared in silence. That's why from an early age life showed you that trusting too much can hurt, that loving without limits can break, that delivering everything can cost more than it seems. It wasn't to make you cold, it was to make you wise, so that you could distinguish what is real from what is appearance. And now that wisdom is your greatest asset, because the world is full of illusions, but you see what no one else sees. The hidden truth of Scorpio is that it carries the codes of spiritual regeneration, codes that are not learned from books. They are lived in the skin, in the blood, in the soul. These are teachings that come from past lives, from ancient lineages, from silent pacts made between souls before they even incarnated. And when these codes awaken, when they are finally activated, you begin to remember, not with the mind, but with the spirit. You begin to feel that what you are, what you always were, was just waiting for the right moment to emerge. And that moment has arrived. This is why you are now starting to notice certain patterns repeating themselves. More vivid dreams, stronger intuitions, people walking away without explanation, and others reappearing as if they were part of a plot that had been paused for years. This is no coincidence. This is the spiritual movement of your life rearranging itself to make room for a revelation. And, as always with Scorpio, this revelation will be accompanied by intensity, because the truth does not arrive neutrally, it arrives to turn it inside out, to break the shell, to reveal what was hidden. And you, of all people, were chosen to receive this mission. But this mission has a price. It demands from you the courage to face your own shadow. And that shadow isn't just yours. It is collective, family, ancestral. Because when we talk about Scorpio, we're not just talking about the individual. We speak of an entire spiritual line that found the point of awakening in you. It is as if your soul has been summoned to bring to light everything that was denied by previous generations. The traumas, the secrets, the blame, the silences. And that, as painful as it is also the greatest act of healing anyone can perform for their lineage. You were trained yourself, Lencio, and When I say that, it's not a force of expression. Think about how many times you suffered in silence, how many nights you slept with your heart at war, but you maintained a firm stance. This was not weakness. It was spiritual resistance. It was your soul being prepared to deal with truths that other people couldn't even hear. And this approaching truth, coming from a family member, will demand all of this from you. Your deep listening, your silent compassion, your look beyond words. And this revelation may not even come with the weight you imagine. Sometimes it appears light, disguised, almost like an outburst. A loose phrase said without intention, a name mentioned by chance, an old memory that resurfaces, but you will know, because your soul will vibrate, your body will react. You will feel like something inside you is falling into place, as if the missing piece had finally been delivered. And from that moment on, everything will change, because the truth, when it arrives, no longer allows for ignorance. It demands action. She demands healing. It demands presence. And here something essential comes in. You need to be ready to listen, to welcome, to transmute. This truth cannot be just another stored story. It needs to be understood, processed, honored, because it carries an energy of release. And if you don't take on the role of a conduit between the past and the future, this energy can accumulate. It can turn into illness, conflict, confusion. But when you accept it, when you allow this truth to unfold and flow, it becomes healing. Healing for you, healing for those who came before, healing for those who are yet to come. You are the point of transformation. It is the link between what was and what will be. He is the one who carries within himself the power of symbolic death and then allows life to be reborn in its purest form. That's what being a Scorpio is all about. This is what it means to be a guardian of the truth. So don't run away. Don't deny it. Don't postpone. What is coming at you is too big to ignore. It is a spiritual golden opportunity, a rare moment when the veil between worlds opens, and only those who are aware can cross wisely. If you felt all of this in your body, in your soul, if this text spoke directly to your spirit, then it's time to leave a sign, but a true signal, with intention, with energy. Write in the comments, I am the link of my lineage, or if you prefer, the truth came to me. Choose the one that resonates most with your moment and write it down as a pact, as if to say to the universe, I heard, I accept, I am ready. And if you haven't liked this video yet, do so now, because your gesture spreads this energy to other Scorpios who are also looking for answers. And if you feel like this channel is a space where you can continue this spiritual journey, subscribe now, because the next revelation is already on its way. Get ready, because what will be revealed is not just a memory, forgotten in the corners of memory. It's not just an old story charged with emotions, it's more than that. It is a spiritual calling, a seal vibrating at a deep level that touches something beyond the mind, something that lives in the soul. Scorpio, when you feel like something big is about to happen, you're usually right. Your intuition doesn't fail. You are one of the few signs with the necessary sensitivity to sense what has not yet manifested itself. And now, what is about to emerge will come unexpectedly, through someone you already know, someone who was part of your story, someone from your own lineage. It could be a family member who has always had a strange silence around certain subjects. It could be someone who never had the courage to say what they knew, or even someone who carried guilt for years, but who is now being spiritually pushed to speak, to tell, to release what was trapped in time. This truth is not small. It has an ancestral weight. It is capable of reorganizing what you think about yourself, about your origins, about your choices. Have you ever wondered why certain things repeat themselves in your family? Why do some traumas seem to echo generation after generation, as if trapped in an invisible cycle? Well, Scorpio, what's coming is the missing piece to understand this cycle. And understanding is the first step to breaking. It is you who will interrupt this pattern. But to do that, you need to be willing to listen. And listening, in this case, is more than listening with your ears. It's perceiving with the body. It's feeling with the soul. This revelation will directly touch your spiritual identity. It can come as a shock, as a relief, or as a confirmation of what you always suspected but never had proof. And maybe you don't even need proof, because Scorpio doesn't need external certainties. He recognizes when something is true, even if the whole world doubts it. What is coming will open wounds, but it will also show paths of healing. It will awaken dormant memories, but it will also show you why you went through everything you did. It wasn't by chance. Nothing was by chance. Every pain, every fall, every silence, every exclusion, all of this was part of preparation. You were shaped from the depths to bear truths that others could not bear. And that truth is your mission. Yes, we are talking about mission. And not just any mission. A spiritual mission that manifests itself in the form of pain, but is actually the direct path to your liberation and the liberation of those who came before you. Because when you discover who you really are, everything changes. The way you see yourself, how you position yourself, how you decide. You no longer act like you are just trying to survive. You start acting like someone who came to fulfill a role. And listen to this with an open heart. The universe does not waste energy. If you are listening to this message, it is because there is something reserved, specifically for you. Something only you can access. Something only you can decode, because it is part of your spiritual DNA. This familiar, and you know exactly who I'm talking about now, is being driven by something bigger. He or she may not even know what is happening, may not have enough spiritual awareness to understand the weight of what he or she is going to say, but he or she will say it. And the moment you speak, the moment the words come out, something inside you will awaken. It will be as if a dormant flame is rekindled, and then everything will start to make sense. You will understand why certain cycles were repeated, why certain paths were closed, why certain dreams were postponed. Everything was being lined up for this moment. The revelation is the beginning of something bigger. It's not the end. It is the beginning of a mission that can only be accomplished by those who understand the value of truth. And that truth comes with weight, yes, because it will touch parts of you that you may have buried. It will stir emotions that were dormant. It will bring to the surface pains that seemed overcome. But all of this is necessary. Nothing true arrives without shaking structures. Transformation does not happen in comfort. It happens on impact. And this impact will reorganize you inside. You will realize that what hurt so much in the past now becomes a tool. That what seemed unfair now turns out to be training. That what separated you actually prepared you. You came to be the portal of change. And it is no coincidence that this revelation comes now. The energy of the moment, the astrological cycle, the invisible movements, everything is helping the truth find its way to you. But she needs a prepared soul. And you are that soul. You are the connecting point between what has been hidden and what needs to be healed. Between what was silent and what needs to be expressed, between pain and mission, and no matter how big it seems, too difficult, too intense, you will handle it. Because he has endured greater things, because it was born with the strength of those who transform, of those who dive into the dark to bring light, of those who are reborn as many times as necessary until truth becomes freedom. Scorpio, this truth won't just move you, it will reverberate with everyone around you. Because when one member of the lineage awakens, everyone else is affected. Your healing is collective. Your awakening is a call to others. Even if they don't know, even if they resist, you will be the mirror, and they will see. They will look at you differently. Some scared, others with admiration, and many with relief. Because your transformation is the sign that there is a way out, that there is truth, that it is possible to break cycles that seemed eternal. And if you've come this far, still listening, feeling every word, breathing deeper with each sentence, then it's time to seal that delivery. But not in a hurry. Breathe, feel, and only then write. Write with intention, as if it were a commitment to your soul. Comment now, the mission is in me. If you felt that all of this belongs to you. Or, if you prefer something even deeper, write, I am the portal of revelation of my lineage. These words are not just for engagement. They have power, they vibrate, they resonate in the invisible and create a field. And if you feel that this message cannot die here, leave a like. It is a seal of continuity. And if you know what's coming is even bigger, sign up. Because this, Scorpio, is just the beginning. Have you been feeling goosebumps even when there is no wind? That cold feeling that runs down your spine suddenly, in the middle of a thought, or when you hear a specific phrase that seems to have been said exactly to you? Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a certainty in your chest, as if you had received a message that you cannot remember clearly, but that still pulses on your skin? Maybe you saw an object fall by, itself without wind, without touch, or noticed that certain numbers and they repeat it frequently, on the clock, on signs, on receipts. 1111, 2222, 0333. This is no coincidence. This is no coincidence. And you know, within you there is already the certainty that these phenomena are codes. They are spiritual signs, invisible calls, and they are all pointing towards the same destination, the truth that is coming your way. If you are a Scorpio, or carry this sign in strong points in your chart, you have already realized that your life has never been normal. Since you were little, you saw what no one else saw. He had prophetic dreams. I felt when something bad was about to happen. I knew when someone was lying. And this wasn't just intuition. It was part of your spiritual gift, your energetic heritage. And now this sensitivity is being activated more strongly than ever. Because when the universe wants something to be remembered, it doesn't ask nicely. He insists. He pushes. He pokes. It sends signals until you stop and say, "There's something here I need to understand." And perhaps in the last few days, or even the last few hours, you have felt more sensitive, emotionally disturbed, tired for no reason, or even more introspective, as if you were preparing for something that hasn't arrived yet, but that you know will come. You feel it in your field, like a light but constant vibration, as if something was approaching on the invisible plane. And this is real. This spiritual rapprochement has already begun, and the signs are the prelude to what will be revealed. Scorpio, you carry within you the rare ability to read the world with the eyes of your soul. This means that when a spirit approaches, you feel it. When energy enters an environment, you notice it. When someone thinks strongly about you, you intuit it. And when something wants to be said, especially coming from the spiritual plane or ancestry, you dream, you get goosebumps, you see symbols repeating themselves, you feel presence. And these phenomena that many ignore or explain skeptically, you feel deeply. Because you don't just see the signs, you parse the sign. But what to do with all this? What does it mean to feel the presence of someone who has died near you? What does it mean to dream about family members who have passed away, especially those with whom you didn't have as much connection, or who always seemed to have something in their eyes? And when objects fall out of nowhere, when electronics fail around you, when you feel like there's someone with you even though you're alone, what does that mean? It means the veil is thin, that the portal is open, that the truth is about to cross from the invisible to the visible world. And as Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, planet of transformation, symbolic death, deep truth and regeneration, you feel this before everyone else. These signs are not just isolated manifestations. They are preparing you. They are creating a frequency of spiritual attention so that you are present when the truth is told. Because, as we have already said, it will not come with fanfare. It can come subtle. It can come in a simple speech from a family member, or in an unexpected encounter with someone who carries the missing piece in your story. But you will only recognize this piece if your heart is awake. Signs always precede revelations. And now, more than ever, they are intensifying. Do you notice this in your emotions? Have you been crying? Out of nowhere, without understanding why? Have you remembered old situations that you thought were resolved? Have you been missing people you haven't spoken to in years? Or have you been listening to music that activates feelings that seemed dormant? This is all part of the process. When the soul approaches an important truth, it begins to shed layers. It starts to vibrate differently. It starts to open up. And you, Scorpio, are at that exact point. You are already making space. Even without realizing it, you are already allowing this truth to reveal itself. And this is spirituality in its purest form. Revelation does not begin when the truth is told. It begins when the soul is ready to hear it. And the signs are the rehearsal of this listening. They come as gentle, sometimes hard, taps to adjust your frequency, so that you know, so that you recognize, so that you remember who you are and what you came here to do. And don't think you're alone in this process. Many Scorpios around the world are awakening to this same calling, feeling the same things, seeing the same numbers, receiving the same signals. This is not collective illusion. This is alignment. That's when the universe decides that it's time for a generation to wake up. And this generation is made up of old souls like yours. Souls that carry in their bodies the marks of experiences that go far beyond this incarnation. And when all these souls begin to awaken at the same time, something great happens. The collective veil breaks, and the truth, which was previously just an internal sensation, becomes visible. It becomes concrete. It becomes a word, if in revelation. So stop doubting what you feel. Stop rationalizing the signs. Trust what your body is showing you. Trust what your intuition is screaming. You're not exaggerating. You're not making it up. You are capturing. You are hearing what many do not have ears to hear. And that is exactly why this revelation will come through you. You are the channel. You are the chosen one. You are the bridge between what has been silenced and what needs to be remembered. And if you felt every word of this video, recognized yourself in every sign, remembered dreams, goosebumps, presences, subtle movements that tried to tell you something, then it's time to speak up. Leave your signal to the universe too. Comment now here below. I recognize the signs. If you felt that all this is already happening to you, or right, I'm ready to see what the universe wants to show me. If you feel like you don't know what it is yet but want to be awake when it happens, these phrases are not just comments. They are energetic statements. These are words that activate your consciousness and seal your commitment to your truth. Leave a like if this message spoke to your soul, and share this video with someone you feel is also receiving signs. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do so now, because what comes next will reveal what you always knew but never had the courage to accept. But pay attention, Scorpio. Listen with an open heart now, because what I'm about to tell you could be the turning point between awakening and stagnation. There is something that needs to be talked about, something that perhaps you have already felt, but haven't yet had the courage to face head-on. There is an ancient, profound truth linked to your name, your blood, your spiritual mission, but it is not guaranteed. It won't come to just anyone. It doesn't manifest itself easily. And most importantly, it can be silenced again. Yes, Scorpio, no matter how much the universe is preparing this moment, no matter how much the signs are emerging, no matter how much the spiritual presence is approaching you with strength, there is still a real risk. The risk of you not being ready. The risk of you ignoring the call. The risk of letting fear speak louder than your soul. And here is what you need to understand clearly. Spirituality does not persist forever. The universe is wise. He delivers revelations to those who demonstrate the spiritual maturity to receive them. He sends signs, sends dreams, sends premonitions. But after a while, if you don't listen, if you don't respond, if you pretend it's not about you, he shuts up. And when the universe is silent, the path closes. And when the path closes, what could have been liberation turns into repetition. The cycle returns, the pain returns, the emptiness sets in, because you didn't listen when it was time, because you closed your eyes when you should have seen, because you ignored your own power of connection. Scorpio, you are one of the most intuitive signs in the zodiac. There are no excuses for not feeling. You feel everything before anyone else. You can see it in your eyes, you hear the unsaid, you vibrate in the invisible. So why do you continue to doubt? Why do you continue to ignore the chills, the dreams, the emotional alerts, the objects that move, the names that appear repeatedly, the people who appear out of nowhere to tell you seemingly simple things but that touch too deeply? What are you waiting for? May a voice come from heaven, for irrefutable proof to appear, engraved in stone, signed by divine entities? True spirituality does not present itself with fanfare. It reveals itself in the subtle. It manifests itself in simple gestures, but full of intention. And if you continue looking for rational explanations for what your soul already understands, you will miss the moment. It will miss the exact moment in which the revelation would manifest itself. And the hardest part, she won't come back the same, because spirituality has time. It has rhythm. It has rhythm. If you miss the step, you will have to wait another cycle, another opportunity, and there is no way of knowing when it will come, or even if it will come. This is the part that almost no one has the courage to say. Awakening has a deadline. Revelation has a window. And, if you are not aware, attentive, present, it slips through your fingers like fine sand. You may even feel like something was about to happen, but it will be too late. The relative who carried the truth may give up speaking. The energy of revelation can be diverted. The moment may be lost, and you will return to the waiting point. with the weight of what almost was, but wasn't. And that, Scorpio, hurts more than any rejection. The pain of almost waking up. The pain of knowing that the universe tried, but you didn't respond. So today, now, while this message still pulses in your chest, you need to make a decision. Will you continue hiding from yourself? It will continue pretending it's not about you. Will you continue to pay more attention to external voices than to your inner voice? Will you continue to ignore your instincts even though you know they were always right? How many times has your intuition warned you? How many times did you know even without knowing how you knew? How many times has silence said more than 1,000 words, and yet you doubted? He doubted himself. He doubted the invisible. He doubted the call. But today, Scorpio, this doubt needs to be transformed into a decision, because only those who are willing to accept listen. Only those who are prepared to welcome. It only awakens those who have the courage to open their spiritual eyes, even when the truth is frightening. And yes, it can be scary. The truth that is coming is not small. She has weight. It has depth. It changes structures, shakes certainties, questions everything, but it also frees. She heals. She rearranges. And most importantly, it reveals your purpose. Because behind all the pain, there is a mission. And if you ignore it, the pain intensifies. If you run away, the mission catches up with you. If you resist, life insists. But if you accept it, everything falls into place. So stop now, take a deep breath, and feel. Feel with your body. Feel with your soul. What is this message awakening in you? What are you remembering now? What situation is coming to your mind? Which relative are you viewing? What memory is emerging without explanation? This is the beginning. This is the beginning of the answer you silently asked for. This is the beginning of the revelation you've been waiting for. But you need to be present. You need to be open. You need to tell the universe, I am here. I listen. I accept. And don't worry about how it will happen. You don't need to control it. Control is the enemy of spirituality. What you need is trust. Trust what you feel. Trust your ability to perceive. Trust that everything will come at the right time, in the right way, through the right mouth. But for that to happen, you have to be ready. And being ready is not about knowing. It's about feeling. It's about allowing. It's about opening up. And if you've made it this far, listening to every word, feeling the weight and light of what's being said, then it's time to do your part, but do it with intention. Don't write anything. Write as someone who honors the moment, as someone who understands the value of a spiritual pact. Comment now below. I accept hearing what my soul needs to know. If you feel that this message was made for you, or write, I'm ready to never miss this chance again. If you understand what's at stake. These words, thrown onto the field, have power. They vibrate. They respond. They attract what you are asking for. And if you feel like you need to keep that energy alive, enjoy this video now. Not on impulse, but as someone making a commitment to their own awakening. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so. Because what is to come requires continuous presence. And the next stage of this journey is already beginning to take shape. So now, breathe. Let your body absorb everything that has been said. Let your soul reorganize itself after each word that was felt. Because when the truth starts to move inside, you, Scorpio, it's not just limited to what you've heard. It echoes. It continues to vibrate. It begins to spread throughout your energy field. You feel it in your body, in your thoughts that change frequency, in your eyes that start to observe with more presence, in your skin that shivers more easily. The journey doesn't end here. You know that. And neither could it. Because what was opened in this video is actually just the first layer of a much deeper process. The universe does not deliver everything at once. It tests your disposition, your dedication, your constancy. He wants to know, are you really ready to know what your spiritual lineage holds? Are you prepared to access the hidden archives of your blood? Those records that were not passed on by words but by energetic codes, heavy silences, repeated pains, inherited sensations. Scorpio, the truth that belongs to you is not just in books, nor in the stories told. It's in what wasn't said, in what was omitted, in what was swallowed and kept out of fear, out of shame, out of protection. Your soul knows this. You know that the most valuable information you seek is not in the external world, They are in your field, in your energetic DNA, in your recurring dreams, in the emotions that arise out of nowhere when you see certain faces, when you hear certain phrases, when you smell certain smells, when you visit old places or revisit photos that awaken something you can't explain. This is all part of the ritual that is happening now. A reconnection ritual, a call for you to stop just seeking and start remembering. And remembering is not easy. Remembering hurts, because remembering is activating memories that were sealed. It's breaking the silence of those who came before and give voice to what has been silenced for generations. It's breaking invisible oaths made unconsciously for survival. Yes, Scorpio, there are pacts in your field that are not yours, but that were inherited. Pacts of suffering, of loyalty, to pain, of repetition. And when you choose to remember, you break those pacts. You honor the pain, but you don't perpetuate it. You listen to the silence, but choose to give voice to the truth. You recognize what came before, but decide to do it differently. And that is why this journey is spiritual, because it transcends logic, because it doesn't follow a traditional script, because it requires courage, presence, dedication, and faith. Faith not in the traditional religious sense, but faith as soul strength. Faith as energy that sustains you when the ground seems lacking. Faith in the invisible. Faith in what vibrates, even if you can't see it. Faith in your own sensitivity, which has so often been called exaggeration. Faith in your intuition, which so many tried to silence. Faith in your path, even when it seemed uncertain, even when everything around you said it didn't make sense. But now, you start to see the sense. Now the pieces start to fall into place. Now you understand why you went through everything you did. Now you feel like the pain had a purpose, that the losses were portals, that the silences were preparation, that the repetitions were warnings, and all of this brought you here. Until this video, until that moment, nothing was by chance. Listen to this with all your might. Nothing was by chance, not even the dates, not even absences, not the mistakes, not even the hits, not even the stumbles, not even the pushes of life. Everything had a reason, and that reason is starting to reveal itself now. The portal has been opened. The frequency is already moving. The truth began to approach. But as in any spiritual ritual, it is necessary to seal this moment. And sealing is not simply closing. It's about signing a pact. It's declaring to the universe, I received, I understood, I accept to continue. Because if you've come this far, if you've felt all of this, if you've realized that every word resonates with something that lives inside, then you need to respond to that call. Spirituality is like a conversation. It talks to you and waits to be answered. Not in a hurry, not with distraction, but with presence. So now, calmly, with truth, with soul, write. But write like someone who understands that words are seeds. That comments here are not just for statistics. They are part of the ritual, part of the invocation, part of the demonstration. If everything you heard and felt really touched you, comment now. I accept the truth of my lineage. If you feel that you are ready to receive everything you need to know about your ancestry, even if you still don't fully understand it. Or write, I carry the mission of Scorpio. If you understand that everything you have experienced has prepared you for something greater, and that you are ready to fulfill this mission, not just for yourself, but for all those who came before, and for those who are yet to come. These phrases are more than statements. These are vibrational affirmations. They are spiritual seals released into the universe. And when you write, something activates, something moves, something is recognized, not just for me, but for the forces that accompany you, for the guides who watch you, for the ancestors who waited for you to get here. Also leave your like not on impulse, but as a sign that you felt, like someone lighting a candle on a sacred altar, like someone who puts their feet on the ground and says, I'm here, I'm moving forward. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, subscribe now, because the journey continues. And in the next video, I will reveal to you why Scorpio is never forgotten by those who betray him. And what does this truth say about the invisible power that lives within you? Get ready and tie in, because this story isn't over yet. If you've made it this far to the end of this message, it's because something inside you recognized the truth. And this already says a lot about your spiritual sensitivity. Scorpio doesn't listen by chance. It listens when called. And if you have been called this far, then the universe has already started to move important pieces on your journey. Now is the time to seal this pact with your own evolution. First, subscribe to the channel, not just to follow the next videos, but to show the universe that you are present, awake, and committed to your spiritual mission. Here, each video is a portal, and you won't want to miss the next one coming up. If you stayed until the end, comment below, "I have been called and I am ready to continue." This sentence is more than a comment. It's a statement, an energetic confirmation that you have received, felt, and are prepared to follow. Also, leave your like. It is like a vibrational seal that says, "I felt this message in my heart." And yes, it also helps this energy reach more people who, like you, are ready to wake up. And now, before you leave, watch the next video that is appearing here on the left side of your screen. He is the direct continuation of this revelation. There you will understand why Scorpio is never forgotten by those who betray him, and what this triggers inside his soul. Click now and continue your spiritual journey. You are not alone. The next truth is already waiting for you.